name is HW, and thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. Boy, do we have a special amp for today. It's not the first time that we have tried to capture John's tone, and it probably won't be the last, but it's the first time we've had an amp touched by the man himself. This amp was used in the trio era, live on tour. In fact, I believe I actually went to a concert, a very young HW, admiring John from afar in a San Francisco Fillmore auditorium. Boy, did the tone sound good then, and it sounds tremendous now. You're probably wondering how this amp differs than maybe the production model that came out later. More mid-range, a little more aggressive, a little more of that trio sound. So learn your John licks, get it all down, get the Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff out, because if you love bluesy, mid-range, juicy, harmonic, rich, just dripping with tone guitar, this is the amp for you. You gotta listen to this. Check this out. One of the real signatures of John's tone is that really scooped sound that he loves. You hear it in the Fender Big Dipper pickups. You hear it in the new PRS 63.5 pickups. Just that scoop tone. But what that does is it allows you to put on this very percussive sort of high end, not too bright, but an amount of percussive, like playing a drum when you're playing the guitar, and a deep bass. If you listen to the recordings of John, there's a really deep bass, and that's where he gets so much of that bassy feel. This amp has got that in spades. But like I said, a little more aggressive, a little more mid-range than maybe you've heard from the J-Mod amp, or maybe you've heard from the TS1 kind of thing. This thing is overdrive special-esque, but a little more aggressive. In fact, it's even written on the inside of the cab, angry, because that's kind of how this thing sounds. Four 6L6s, 100 watts. This thing is just dripping with bluesy tone. We ran it into the matching Angry 212. It's running Jensen Neo speakers, which is a little different than you might expect, but this thing sounds awesome. It's John tone through and through. For this pack, we're capturing not only John's settings, which are marked in red on the amp like he does on all his amps, but we're giving you a good amount of variety. So no matter what the guitar you're playing, you're gonna be able to get a kind of a similar tone that you're thinking of for that trio era bluesy style. You're gonna get bright switch on. We're gonna play with the deep switch. Mid-rangey, less mid-rangey. This amp's got more mid-range than like the production model that came out later or some of the other prototypes. So we're gonna scoop it out. We're gonna leave it in. It's aggressive. We're gonna put in tube screamers, clones, blues breakers, just like has been played on the road for years by John in all of his projects. Basically, if there's a sound, it's probably gonna be in this pack. have had a ton of fun profiling this amp. I have had my hands on some of the best amps out there, some truly, truly incredible amp circuits. And I gotta tell you, this is one of the best amps I have ever played. You can scoop it, you can push the mid-range, it's just dripping with tone. Go out and learn your John riffs, because you're gonna need them. Check out this pack. I'm HW. Out!